I go by many aliases. So to everybody, hello. Hi, Anne.
Hi, how
We're
you doing?
going to reintroduce ourselves again. I'm seeing more people joining in. Um, Welcome to Dime a Dozen with your host, Ash,
Andrea Love.
and usually, like I was telling her, this is a different type of show, so we allow our guests to introduce themselves. Um, you actually have the floor, Ani, so go right ahead with
Hello. All right. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing tonight?
the.
Uh, as you all know, of course, we talk about some gossip and celebrity news. Bring it to you all. We have a guest this evening. Did she already introduce herself, or was she going to introduce herself, or?
Yeah, she just actually did. I'm gonna have her redo it.
Okay.
Um, Go ahead, T-Bone. Go ahead and introduce yourself again for the ones we actually haven't more join in. So once again, go ahead and introduce yourself.
That's fine. My name is Tamara Martin. At Livingstone College, I went by the name of T-Bone. That's how CC knows me. When I modeled, it was Amara Nabad. Now I'm an author. So my author name is Wa Elgu. Young lad, God understands. Just had my first book. It is called Putting It All in Words. Guys, go out and get your copy.
Exactly. And pretty much go ahead and read that. And I really like that insert you had on the front of the book. I'm sorry, on the back of the book. Can you go ahead and read a little bit of that for us, please?
Mass makes it possible for us to believe it's more important to someone else to be someone else's needs than what we are to ourselves. So it's funny that that was how my outro was for the book, so people understand what it
Mm-hmm.
is, because we were in COVID, so we're wearing masks. So people don't
Yeah.
understand, that you're wearing masks, you're hiding something, you're trying to be something for everybody else, but you can't even do it for yourself.
Right. So basically, you're saying in that aspect is you try to be somebody you're not. You're basically saying be who you are, no matter who you are. Just be who you are. Be real, right?
Not really. Sometimes you mask your feelings. And as the book is called, Putting It All in Words, as a child, I didn't have the words to express how the bullying was, express the people that I was in, witnessed domestic violence in my home,
Oh wow.
inappropriate touching that was going on. So I wore a mask. I'm always smiling, but you never
I
knew
I knew
what
truth.
somebody's going through when they just show up every day trying to just make it. And so the mask that we wear, we look at now, we're dealing with mental health, violence
Mm-hmm.
in the schools, guns, because no one's looking at the trauma, the red flags about what these kids are going through. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be an advocate for the kids because I used to be bullied.
Right.
So, you know,
You want to be that voice for the ones who can't talk or feel like they can't talk. Like you said, who's hiding under that mask? Who's not
right,
trying to tell the truth of what's really going on because they're scared or they feel like no one's going to believe them. Am I
right.
correct? Okay.
Correct, because a lot of children think if they're being assaulted, someone's already threatened them. No one's gonna
Right.
believe you. And because, like for me, when and I don't want to give the book away, but there was an instance where somebody was actually inappropriately touching me,
Mm.
and threatened me and said, "Well, if you tell, I'll just lie and say it was you that did it." So you just never know what people are really going through.
Yeah, because
So
the most influential. Like they believe everything you say. They are easily scared. They're immature and they're young, so they don't understand. Like, go ahead and really tell someone so they can help you. In their mindset, they're getting threatened. They say they're gonna hurt someone in their family or whatever to scare them, and they keep quiet. They don't feel like they can tell someone because for one, they think their family might hurt, or for two, that they think that no one's gonna believe them. So yeah, that's I think that's a really good book right there. I really do, and I give you kudos because I mean it takes a lot to tell your story, or it takes a lot to even talk about a situation that everyone tries to dumb down, try to make
right.
be blind to. But
Well,
no, bring it
that's what's wrong with,
that you.
especially in African American homes. You don't tell what goes on in the house. You don't tell what goes on behind closed door. That is something we need to get away from, because then the kids don't know how. And for me, I took on an adult role where I didn't want to be a burden to my parents. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that they were actually supposed to protect me. I was trying to protect them, not knowing that I was supposed to tell them what was going on with me.
Exactly. And a lot of kids don't know that they supposed to tell. That's the key rule right there. You're not supposed to tell. Don't tell nobody. Don't say nothing. They're not going to believe you anyway. They're going to think it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? So they're always told. I mean, so I can understand where you come from. And kudos. I'm sorry. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I definitely I like the topic because, like you said, it takes a lot of courage to even be able to express or tell people what you've been through inside your household. Like you said, me as well, I've been raised, coming up, that you're not supposed to tell what goes on in your house, and you don't tell your family's business. And it's a common situation where, unfortunately, I don't know what to even say a color behind it, but kids get touched, and kids get touched by family members, and kids get touched by each other. And it's a very common thing, and it's very common too that you don't hear about it until the person gets a little older. The person is grown. You don't really hear people express it when they're while it's happening in the house, or it's not so common to even if it's happening, to even get some kind of action for the child to be saved. It's always a fight that you hear about, like the kid got to get told they're lying, or they're breaking up a household, or the mom probably doesn't want her relationship with the partner to end, or whatever. It's always it's not easy. And
right.
So I definitely like to read the book and hear your story and indulge in and be able to share it with other people who have experienced it, because it's very common, very, very common.
Exactly. And like I say, it's a broad situation where it's so many that it goes with trafficking. You know what I'm saying? It goes with like people going and kidnapping kids and making them, you know what I'm saying? It goes a lot hand on what's going on to what's in the world today. So yeah,
right, because it's not a color thing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's sad because I'm a foster mom too. So these kids have trauma, and they're coming up and having to be adults trying to hold their emotions, because once again, they don't have the words, they don't have the tools. So that's why you got to be aware of what goes on with your children. The kids are just like, how was your kids in school? How was your day? Good. If they're just giving one word answers, that's not cool, because you need to open, they're already scared. They don't know what to do and what to say. So it's about engaging and being more involved, and not just, pushing the kid aside because they're getting on your nerve. Okay, kids are going to do that.
Too busy, because these kids try to tell you stuff, but you don't listen. And that's a lot of times the children are trying to tell you stuff. So parents, listen. Just because your kids might show out, or you're so used to them doing stuff, because all kids are immature and do stuff. But when they're trying to really talk to you, listen. They're really trying.
If the child, like you said, if the child was acting out, or the child could be, let's say the child was really engaged and now they withdrew. They're taken aback. You have to be aware of the signs that's going on with your child. You have to know your child, but it's really hard because we're living in a different type of era. So the kids are now, when they really taking things on their own, they're really taking things on their own. There's no more big mamas, grandmamas around more. You have people that are raising their kids my age and trying to be their friends. You cannot be that's one thing my mother always told me. I'm never going to be your friend. I'm your mother first. Now that I'm in my 40s, my mom was my best friend. But she was, no, ma'am. No.
Real quick, still for me too. Like she raised me like that as well. Like, I'm not your friend. And to this day, she's still not. So she's my mom first, and she's, I wouldn't even say friend. I have a friend in her more so. It could be more, I can talk to her and speak to her. She give me good advice, away, stepping off the mom pedestal for my mom, but she don't. Yeah, no. It's still a level. Like she said, there's no big mamas or grandmas, and I didn't have that luxury to grow up with my grandma, and to have even like a big mama's house that I can go to, or even an auntie. I got my mama has brothers, so it's like my dad has brothers. That's very prevalent and active in my life. So I don't have women in my life that are even there outside my mom that I can even speak to or converse with, or even get some kind of elder insight, because I love speaking to my elders. Love being able to get another perspective, or a bigger perspective from what I've experienced is my best teacher. I learn a lot from what I've been through, what I've gone through, and what I put myself into, kind of thing. And what the stories I've heard or situations I've been around, and the elders are always my go-to. But I lacked the women in my life to be able to express themselves or teach me
Right.
you know, even just how to be a woman, you know, nowadays, or even not even nowadays, because the women these days is not who I even look up to. It's the women that, you know, back in the day that were strong and loved their family and loved their husbands and loved their children and loved their, you know, those women, not the women that be on some forget a man and forget the kids. My nerves, I want to go party, and you know, because I'm like, I don't like those kind of energy.
It's vice
I mean,
versa.
it's foreign because, you know, my mom and dad, even though they had their ups and downs, and
Mm-hmm.
they're still together 50 plus years. I'm saying that's, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, but
That's
that's what
that's
love
rare.
looks
That's
like.
Mhm.
Because, you know, nowadays it's like, you know, the first time you argue, you don't get, okay, it's time to go, you know.
Mhm.
I'm saying, not
Right.
trying to get
Just sharing that
another
with
thing is because
that, you know, women like to nobody's perfect, and people like to give up, you know, real easily. They give up on themselves first before they even give up on anything else. I mean, it starts with you
And
anyways. So,
that's mental health. That's mental health.
Yeah.
What she does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it's funny because the standards that I have for myself, a lot of, not my girlfriends now from college, but a lot of other girls, like, your standards are too high. Excuse me? No. Because my standards are set for what I do for myself. So
Right.
if I set standards for myself and I can see them through, then I expect the man I'm going to be with to follow them same standards I set for myself. And I'm going to push you. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pour into you. You know, and a lot of times I make more money than the men I dealt with. So, but I never emasculated them or threw my money or my pouch or my title in front of their faces. No, I didn't do that. I allowed you to be the man, you know, and I'm going to tell you when you're slip hanging, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want you to correct me too. But, you know, it's at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you know, I guess when it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen, but I'm not going to cut down on my standards, you know, and I made them more realistic, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to pull up with. You know what you're not going to settle for. So, yeah, kudos.
It's harder now. I'm halfway there. Like, I'm about to be 45 this year. So I'm like, I'm kind of like set my ways. So he better come correct.
Right. That's right. Look, yes, if I was, keep it like that. Look.
That was perfect when you came in with the relationship, with your marriage and all this, because the icebreaker that we have is dealing with it. So that's confirmation, right?
Right.
What's the icebreaker?
Right.
Go ahead.
The icebreaker this week, we had one of our viewers, actually, Missy. She was speaking to me last week after we had got off the live, and she was like, right, hey girl. We had got off the live, and she was like, you know, talk about this. So the icebreaker is respect in relationships. Like, what is our perspective on respect in relationships? Whether it's your boyfriend, husband, friend, you know, cousin, mama, whatever. Just what does that mean to you, more so in your relationship, and how much of a value is that for you?
We're gonna start off with the floor. Okay?
Respect is the number one thing. I mean, I want to be respected. I mean, you know, that's on top of the list. That's not even for relationships. That's work, friends, family. You respect me, not fear me, but respect me. Because you know, when, let's say we're together for a reason or a season or a lifetime, you will always have that level of respect. Like I said, whatever's going on in my family, my mom and dad's household before, you know, the children, there must have been a level of respect there. Because I mean, you got to respect me enough to love me, to peel back the layers. So yeah, it has to be a level of respect. You know, I respect the fact that she can get up in the morning, she can go to work, or, you know, I'm hanging out with one that, you know, I can take her to my guy friends, and, you know, respect the fact that she knows. Like, there was guys like, I'm so mind blown that you know what football is about, and I just playing like, oh, what's the little H show over there, you know, playing dumb. That's how I was never that shit. Like, I knew how to maneuver. So I want to be able to not only be respected by you, but by your mother when you take me home to meet your mom, your homeboys. We talk about football, sports, religion, whatever it was. So that respect had to be there, because then you can respect the fact, like, oh, she ain't gonna try to hiccup with my homeboy. Because I respected him that much. Like,
Exactly.
So respect's always here.
I definitely agree. Respect is like one thing for everything. I feel like, you know, my motto for my life, for just growing up and experiences that, you know, I've had and who I've been around, I always say you gotta give respect to get respect.
Exactly.
I give respect first because I don't expect nobody to disrespect me like ever. If you ever cross that line of disrespecting me, then it's just we can't even be nothing. We can't be a friend, we can't be a boyfriend, husband, nothing. Because if you don't respect me, because I'm respectful, kind of thing. I live off the, you got to be what you're looking for more. So I'm a good friend, I'm a good girlfriend, I'm a good person or whatever. So I expect the greatness to come back to me. Because like I said, it's just number one. I'm gonna respect you. There's no reason at all in any relationship that I have, even from my mom, my sisters. I'm not gonna I don't disrespect them. My nephews and nieces, I don't disrespect them, kind of thing. And I expect it to be turned for me. You don't respect me, and if you disrespect me, then it's a whole nother person. We don't want that to come. We don't want to have to go down that line of disrespect, because disrespect to me is like, it's like a liar to me, like a liar, a cheater to me. Like it just makes me cringe. Like I don't like those kind of traits in a person, kind of thing. So it's like, you gotta respect me because I'm gonna respect you. And even if you disrespect me, you just gotta get away from me. It's not even gonna be like, you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you. It's like I'm gonna let you know why I feel disrespected, and we just can't be, we just can't be nothing. I'm gonna fall away.
Yeah, and in my opinion, respect, all that, loyalty has boundaries too. You gotta have boundaries in a relationship.
God,
like
we have a comment here. I guess God, you was talking to.
You have boundaries. You feel what I'm saying? There's some things you just can't do when you're in a relationship. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you're mature enough to understand that, no, you got boundaries. You can't do this. You can't do that. Just like you don't want that person, you or that person wants you doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, if they don't,
I was gonna reply to the person in the chat.
I know. Who is this? Like they say to me, it sounds like you're single because you looked at more like the homie instead of a companion. First of all, what do you say?
Well, that's incorrect because
what I've heard.
Again, it goes back to the respect that I have for myself. And I was actually married, and my thing is, I'm preserving myself for what God's going to ordain for me. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if you're going to be in a relationship, you're going to be single, you can maneuver how you want to, right? So when I was married, you can't turn around and change your mind like you changed your drawers. You got to consider the other person. And that's what it is. So if you don't consider the person that you with, I'm not single because I'm the homegirl, because then the honest thing was, a lot of the men said, you know what? It's not you, it's me. Because they were like, you deserve better. They knew that I was going to push them. When I say I'm a pusher, baby, I'm going to push you. I push myself every day to work and show up and make this money. And because I see the potential in you. A lot of people don't want nobody to tell them anything. That's the generation. So after I was married, I can't date just the average Joe. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to be out here with the homeboys doing what you want to do. I'm not saying I'm clocking you all the time, but you're going to show the level of respect for me. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it ain't a homeboy companion type thing. They got to understand that, again, now when you're single, you can change your mind like you want to. But when you're in a relationship, you have to consider the other person. I'm like, when you don't consider me and I'm always considering you and I'm doing it for you, it's like, what's the thing, the 80-40 rule? Nah, baby, we're not doing that. I'm pouring into you and you're not pouring anything back.
Right. I definitely agree.
And they realize that, and that's again, if you know somebody and you really love that person, sometimes you have to walk away and say, you know what, I love you enough to walk away. And that's where I was with my marriage. Like we realized that it was not what it was supposed to be. But years came in later on about that.
Right. He said, do you push them to work or to follow their dreams? It's a difference. I'm a pusher
Both.
too. I push to follow.
If I'm working, you're not gonna be laying
today and dream for tomorrow.
Right.
Look,
living off of me,
dream for tomorrow.
Not paying no bills. No.
Right. But if it's paying the bills, if it is paying the bills, go for it. You feel what I'm saying? Because
you don't have to make the same amount of money as me, but you gotta get out here and work. I don't care if you down here want to be the garbage man. You know what I'm saying? Do something with your life. If you have dreams, go out there and do your dreams. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna sit up here and just let you push your life away.
Okay, they say like some guys have a job that may not pay a lot, but they enjoy it, opposed to working for money and being miserable. I agree to an extent. You can't be happy with right at that moment, go do something. But or if get your own position, like
Right.
get
Be
your own,
your own.
like boutique, get your own clothing line, or get something going where you can generate money eventually, or be, you know, persistent in it. Don't just sit there and give up, or be like, or think it's gonna come to you, because it's not. Like,
And that's
Right.
what I was saying. Like when
I
I was
him,
married,
I
my
count.
ex would change his mind about things. I'm like, I see the potential in you. You just giving up so quickly.
Right.
Now he's running. And again, I was in my 20s when I was married, right? So that's also about maturity. So
Right.
it's also, you have to learn. You have to know yourself. You know, you're trying to learn the other person. You don't know yourself yet. It's a lot going on. So again, but everybody's around me. And all my friends tell you, and Cece knows. I've been that my whole life. I go back.
Right.
I speak. That's the problem. You don't want nobody telling you nothing.
There
I'm
you
grown. Can't
go.
tell me
If
nothing.
it-
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or
That's
I'm
the
a
problem.
man.
That's the
You a
problem
man,
now.
get
You don't
some
want nobody
money and stick to your words. You a man, you gonna say you're gonna do something, do it. You a man, you supposed to have money, you better take care of yourself first and foremost. And then you can, you're supposed to take care of your family too. You wanna go back to what men and women supposed to do. That's a common thing too. I'm grown and I'm a man, you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
So,
and
so
everybody has to answer to anybody. I mean, my
Mhm.
own brother says that I'm grown. You can't tell me that. Okay, but you gonna have to listen to the man at the job tell you something. When you make your money, you have to pay them taxes. Someone's telling you something, so you have to answer to somebody. I hate that. You can't tell me nothing. Okay, well, you don't want to know nothing then. And the biggest thing is, my whole thing is, you need to learn to speak to people, because when people stop speaking to you, that's what they're gonna look at you as a lost cause. Well, I'm done. I'm done with you.
Talk to people, how you present it. You coming at them, you gotta be respectful. Don't just come at somebody and think, oh, they gonna listen to you and you coming at me disrespectful way. No, there's always a way to speak to people. We got some comments, okay? We got, how old were you when you got divorced? And then I'm gonna let you answer that, but I'm gonna read this next one. Well, don't say what things used to be, because that's wrong, love. Wait. You gotta read.
That's wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
Go right. We typed that.
I was in my
He's talking to
20s.
me. He said love, but I'm not. I can't understand what you said, Chase. What you mean? Don't say that what things used to be, because in actuality, that's wrong, love. What's wrong, Chase?
Yeah, I don't understand the question.
Who is this?
I was in my mid-20s.
Who is this?
I got divorced because
one of my friends.
My ex didn't want to let me go. One minute he wanted to be married, the next minute he didn't. So I actually told him he had to release me out of my marriage. And when I was like, you can't move on till you sign these papers, because honestly, I didn't believe in divorce. I'm saying the Bible said it was wrong. Like, I don't want to be damned in my divorce. So you have to release in my mind. I'm not saying this is what everybody else is supposed to do, but the way I was raised, I didn't want to sign for the divorce papers. I felt like the next marriage or the next man I want to be with is going to be damned. So I actually told my ex, you have to file the papers. I won't fight you. And I gave him everything. I left. You can have the house. You can have the car. I left with the clothes on my back. I didn't want nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just what it was. But like I said, and it took about,
I disagree,
maybe 2 or 3 years before he finally signed the papers.
No, he's whomever was financially more literate would handle the finances and paying the bills and balancing the checkbooks. No, it's 50-50 or 100-100 in a relationship. So obviously you must not be in one for you to even state that. But I'm sorry, this is real and raw, and that's my opinion. But if you feel that way, because in any relationship, it's 100-100. Both of y'all make the decisions, not just one. We're not living in 1910, bro. We live in today's society, okay? And the thing is, it's not whoever making more. No, you put your money together. It's not separate when you're together. Remember that, okay?
Let me play devil's advocate with God be. So my ex was in the military. We were high school sweethearts. He saw that I worked since I was 16 years old. So he said, when you get married, I don't want you to work. I just want you to be a housewife and you can have kids. So I was able to give back by running the household. Okay. So, but then when it was like, when I wanted something, you have to put me on allowance that's going to be feasible to me. And when it was starting to be like, well, I got to think about it or see if I can make that happen, then I turned around and got a job. Okay, so that, if you can't, if I'm going to be a housewife and you're going to pay all the bills, then make sure you give me my allowance that I can live off and do the things I need to do to run the house. So when he couldn't do that, I went out and got the job.
I can understand. like that's what brings me to say this. Everybody's different in a relationship. The way you may feel in your significant other is how y'all feel about certain things in life and running your household. And the way we feel is different how we run our household than other people. I mean, it's never the same way you run your household or your feelings about finances, who's bigger and who's head. It's always the man anyway, head of household. We always know that. That's the king of his nest. You feel me? But at the same time, don't make him just do everything by himself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just
Be that backbone.
you know what I'm saying? It should be to y'all together. When you get married, you're not. It's not one. It's we. So everything here right there, we're bringing that together. We're joining that together, and that's one thing people misunderstand. Like when you're married, everything does change. Don't say they're not used to changes because it's going to change, and it's not about outside factors anymore. It's about you and that person building your home, then y'all empire. Because you got to take care of home first before you can even take care of, you know what I'm saying, an empire or a business. Just like She by Pink Lash and New Wave Music Group. We got to connect together in order to make this happen right. You feel me? So, I mean, it's working in everything. It's working in every relationship you get. But at the same time, you got to be willing to do it and realize you're grown, you're married, and outside forces does not need to dictate what goes in your household. You're your union, not them. You feel what I'm saying?
It would make you comfortable. Like people, I think, bank too much on what other people would feel or what other people would think or how they think other people are. Like, what's the common way for it to be done or whatever. But it's like whatever works in your household. If it works for you, you know, for the man to work and the woman to not, that for y'all. It doesn't matter what nobody else feel, what anybody else says. So it's your norm. But create your norm. Create what works for your household. You live your life.
Be your own individuals. Be who you are. Love each other. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you got. You feel what I'm saying? And another thing, the key to a relationship I learned from my own therapist or whatever is communication. Is the key.
Communication's key.
You can't I know I am. I can admit it. I sure can that when I'm mad, and I be saying hey before I be cussing you out, all kinds of stuff. I sure do. But at the end of the day, I know who's the king. And at the end of the day, when he feels so passionate about something, I'm gonna have to shut up. You feel me? Like, straight serious though. Like I can be bitching and doing all this and saying no. I don't think. But at the end of the day, when I think about it, when I really think about it, and I see you trying to do it and really trying to hound for your family, okay, I'm gonna sit there and let the king take over, because that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about, family, and that's making a foundation or finding that foundation that's gonna build us up so that we can do what we need to do to continue to raise our family.
And that's the problem nowadays. The reason why relationships don't work is ain't nobody doing their homework. You just so quick to jump in a relationship. You don't know nothing about this person. You don't know their beliefs, what their background is, with their mom and daddy. Do your homework. I tell my brother all the time, do your homework.
Right.
You know, like she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do well.
We call that the pretender. Like you don't know the full person until it's too late. You feel me? And then you
do your homework. I tell everybody, do your homework.
Right.
It's not wrong. Just do your homework.
Right.
That's the key. Get to know where they come from, what their mindset is. Get to know who they are as a person. Don't just jump, oh, he fine. No. Fine is crazy. Fine, get away from them, okay?
Run,
Forrest! Right. But yes. So basically, that's
honestly, it took years before me and my ex could even be friends again, like years. Because it was a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and we just even when I was married, like you were saying, even when I got mad, I couldn't talk to him because I'm like my mouth is slick, right? So I was right, and he'd be like, "You mad, huh? You want to talk about it?" No, because I'm not gonna be able to hear you. So I would write in my journals. Then I was upset. He's like, "When you want to talk after because I'm not able to hear you." Because to me, when you're arguing with somebody, what you're trying to do is justify why you did it. You're trying to make excuses, and I'm like, at this point, I'm hot. I'm on 20, not even on 10. So let me write this out, right? Because I was like, you cannot talk to your husband that way. So I was sitting up there in a journal writing, and he was, oh, she's mad right now. And then when I cooled down, we would have dinner and talk about it, so we could hear each other out.
Oh, so
That's
you
good though.
make them dinner. Oh yeah, you definitely know.
Well, because I had to eat. I was hungry too. Like, okay,
Right.
let's go out. Let's do
Like this.
something so we can talk about what's going on.
Right. Right.
So he ain't say
And
what
that's
you.
mature. You have to do. I like being.
I'm old school. Like honestly, like I'm a run the household, but I would love just to be like, okay, I want to take care of the kids, take care of my household, cook dinners. Like, a lot of people like, why are you calling your man? I'm not checking on him. I just want to know what time I should have this food out the oven because I don't want him getting this food out the refrigerator, out the microwave. I'm making sure his meals is hot and fresh.
Fresh and ready, yo.
Why you calling your man? Nigga, because it's my mother freaking man.
But no, people be like, well, you don't trust him. You trying to clock him? No.
I don't care what
not
they
trusting
say.
him. I know if he's working a hard day, I didn't know, okay, you're going to stop at the bar to have a drink or whatever. So I can time my meal prepping and I get that food in the oven so you don't have to come home to a cold meal.
Put it in the microwave.
You mad?
Yeah, no, that's not, no, we ain't doing no microwave, no. I want to make sure it's coming out the oven when you come in the door. Go take your bath, relax, come in here. Because that's the thing. I'm going to let you unwind. You done dealt with the world. You done dealt with the world. I don't, you done did what you had to do. Go in there, take a bath, unwind. I'm going to have your drink, whatever. Your food going to be hot. We're going to sit down and do what we need to do. That's how I am. That's why I say I'm old school.
Yes,
I still do that. I think one time I cooked a meal for a dude. He didn't know how to act.
Yeah, that's how I am too. That's why you're single, because I'm sure there's a lot of men out there who do not deserve that. They don't even know how to appreciate that.
When my last relationship, I cooked him a meal. He told me something. He was like, "But last chick I was with, all she ever did wanted to spend money."
Why you gotta compare, Negro? Just eat or not.
Well, no, he was just like, so I heard what he said. I don't want to be the chick that you think always going to go out to eat. So let me cook you a home cooked meal. I can't cook. Right. And when he got it, he didn't know what to do with it.
But I'm
like didn't know what to do. Like, it ain't poison, dude. Eat the food.
Say it ain't.
True. I'm saying
so you gotta convince him. Is what you're saying?
You told me your girl never cooked, so I'm telling you I can't cook. We're gonna sit up here and have a good meal.
What's up, NLBU Slim? We also got a comment from Missy. It's a lot of prince out there wants to be kings and don't want to do king work. NLB, you take on that. Let's get a male's perspective. What would you take on what Missy 15 said? I'm sorry, Missy.15. Let me know what you think. Cause we get female, we getting female, you know what I'm saying? We girls rule the world. But we want to involve the men as well because they have some good valid points. So, go ahead and what you think on that take. Let me know. And why you do that.
Well, she's right. There's a lot. It's not even about kings and princes. It's boys playing men. Yeah, that's what that mindset is. Well, you out here trying to be a man, you still a boy.
Boys playing men. Go ahead and elaborate on that for a little bit, and then we're going to go back to our topics and discuss on those because our time is ticking. And we only got an hour. But go ahead, sweetheart.
I can smell my food in the oven. Need to go check it.
Definitely. But okay, wait a minute. The ratio of men to women going to have a lot of women single. Okay, what you mean by that?
More men than women, and it's still a lot of women compared men not been great enough to be there.
Saying that, but elaborate a little bit more. But okay, so until he finished that elaboration, we're gonna go ahead with Ani's first piece of gossip.
Yes. So speaking of relationships, this week I want to talk about Tristan Thompson. Recent endeavors. He's known, of course, to be a little player. He's been playing Chloe their whole relationship. Let the social media tell it. He recently just sent one of her best friends, Malika, some flowers for her birthday, and she broke up her friendship with Jordan Woods because of the party they were at and the situation they had going on. Tristan, when she was been accused of, I guess, like sitting on his lap and flirting with him or whatever like that. She had a big ordeal situation about that.
But
and I saw
herself in a situation to even end. Okay, go ahead.
Well, he just had a baby, he's in a whole paternity suit with the girl with Mara Lee Nichols, and he supposedly told her that he was engaged, he's gonna get married. He's not faithful. He's not a faithful person or whatever. And my
by yourself.
I used to Call of Duty calls me. I was a Call of Duty player.
It's
But,
always Call of Duty. Anyway, go ahead.
But the respect thing for me, of us speaking about respect, from Missy giving me that idea, and then seeing that in Office Shade Room about him sending her friend some flowers, and then she had the nerve. The reason why we even know that she sent her flowers, and she didn't want to post it. It was like, "Thank you so much, Tristan, for my beautiful flowers you sent me for my birthday." I don't expect my man to send none of my friends any kind of gift.
I don't care.
Like, that's, I don't know how I would feel about it. I wouldn't respect that. I wouldn't appreciate that. It's one thing we went to a dinner party, something like that, whatever, and we bought a gift mutually together for my friend or whatever, because he is appreciative of her being my friend or whatever. Then that's something different. But to just personally go out there and send her flowers to her house because it's her birthday, I don't know. That just
was Chloe's name on the card?
No, look, no. She thanked Tristan. She just said, she put it on her little story. It was like, "Thank you so much, Tristan, for my beautiful flowers." That's straight. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you better not. Period. Like, I'll tell her happy birthday. If I get her something, it's okay. That's my best friend. No, you don't do that.
It's sad because at the end of the day, he's running around, and the biggest thing that you don't have respect about is a thing called STD, HIV.
Thank you.
Running around here, you don't respect that you can give it to Chloe. These kids can get something. It's a level of, I need this boy to get in some therapy. Right. That's the definition of boy versus man. You ran here doing boyish things, and now you have. You got to realize you're having kids now. So these kids are going to come back and see, like, what are you modeling? What are you giving back? But at least respect yourself to wrap up.
Right. And you want your kids to follow suit. You don't want them seeing that type stuff. You don't want to see mommy say it. You don't want to see daddy say it. Why would you do something? And you got to realize kids are involved in this too. That's a big deal with me. The kids, they all see this stuff. They all hear this stuff. It's in tabloids. Come on now. Like you say, maturity. Like you say, respect. It works.
Yeah. You gonna be sitting up here crying when you can't get rights.
Yeah.
But you could have got it right by strapping up. It's like a glove. You know what I'm saying? And I tell the girls that and the boys that at school, that 5 minutes of funniness and fame and whatever feels good, wrap it up. Pills, condoms, hands, glove. You don't go outside and just put your hands in some snow to frostbite.
If you can't be responsible, just period.
Yeah, he needs help. There's a reason why he's looking for love and all these shit.
No,
because it's deeper than that. You see, there's some sex addiction, therapy needs to be played. Like, he really needs some help. A lot of these celebrities out here just,
and then they make it okay because people do mental. They're famous, so they're gonna be having women or men throw this stuff. So what?
That doesn't mean anything.
It mean a thing. You famous, you still got responsibilities. You famous, you still got to do the right thing, not for the public, but for your family. So I don't care. I don't give that no excuse, and I just say he nasty, trifling, and wrong. Period.
But Chloe loves it. All that matters, as long as she loves people, she still claims her, man in her relationship. She's on there talking about, how they're together, and she loves it. So that's all that matters,
How can you name your baby True when you can't be true? OMG, good question. Missy is on it tonight. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Definitely.
Yourself though. But I just say, like, how she was saying earlier, if you want to do single things, just be single. Like, I say that all the time in my relationship. You can leave me. You feel me? Of course it's gonna hurt. Of course it's gonna be sad, whatever. But at the same time, I will be okay because you're hurting me by disrespecting me, cheating on me. So why just you come sit down, be a man. Tell me you want to be single, you want to do single things, and we're gonna go ahead and make that possible. Kind of thing.
I don't like cake. If I have to have it with you, no, I'm just gonna go ahead.
Make it possible. Be single and do you. I have to be single and do what I want to do. Kind of thing.
Let her do some of the stuff that she's doing, that he's doing. He gonna leave her.
In a heartbeat.
He wouldn't be able to have. See, one thing what women can say is if women do the same thing that men do to them, they couldn't handle it. They
Right,
couldn't be able to handle it. So don't do it if you don't want it done to you.
Look at me. Crybabies. Always want a faithful, good, cleaning, cooking woman, but then can't even cook or clean and be faithful either. Like, that's what's wrong with these males as well. To me, look.
Together, get it together.
Want what they can get, kind of thing. Like, come on, grow up. Be
Okay, so moving on to mine, which is Kanye West's response to Pete Davidson text and being in the bed with Kim Kardashian. Yo, this is funny. I'm going to actually show you the text after I tell you a little scoop of what's going on, okay? So bear with me when I'm just reading this article because I want y'all to hear this. It's too funny to me. Okay, so a little spiel says Kanye West feud with Pete Davidson has intensified with a shocking text exchange. On Sunday, March 13, after the rap artist began expressing more family-related grievances with his ex, Kim Kardashian, on Instagram, the Saturday Night Live comedian's friend Dave Cyrus, I think that's his name, his King of Staten Island co-writer, shared what he said was a message from Pete. Now I'm about to show you guys what him and Kanye kept going back and forth. I'm telling you, when I read this, yo, it was so funny. Let me go ahead and turn this around. This is the actual conversation between them two. Okay. If y'all can see it. Okay, so it begins saying, let me put it down some more. It begins saying, yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. And you are so effing lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us this way anymore. And I'm done being quiet. Grow the F up. He said, oh, you using profanity? Where are you right now? In bed with your wife. Yo, who does that? Come on. And then you see the picture of him. This is hilarious. Okay, then he's talking about, happy to see you're out of the hospital in rehab.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it's almost done, but it's ongoing. It's like they are so petty. Okay, and he say same here. It's wonders what those places do when you go get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day. If you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk.
Oh my.
You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so, you know what that word is, and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily. You're more than welcome to come to Sunday service. I'm gonna stop right there, like, because their messages is so off, and you know you can tell they was upset. So their texting is so not English. Like, it's so slang, but it's just so funny how he's mocking him. Like, he's really being petty because one thing is, okay, you got his woman. Okay, we know they had issues. Okay, we know they divorced. Okay, whatever. But like, do y'all really have to go back and forth like 10-year-olds? Like, really? Come on, man. It's hilarious to me. And it just goes, it was actually going on and on and on. And then to the point where he wouldn't respond and he had stopped responding. He just, right here, to show you. Let me show you. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to show you how he just stopped responding. The other one just kept texting. Now, this is one of the last time he responded to Sunday service. You see that? Then after that, look. He was not responding. These two are too funny to me. I think he gets a kick out of it, though. Her new boyfriend really gets a kick out of picking with Kanye. And I think he's getting more exposure because of it. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. I think he's loving it. Like, he loved picking with him.
Of course. And then Kanye's so sad. He's so emotional. He's expressive with his emotions as well. So it's like he's getting the reaction out of him too. So it makes it even more better to pick with him. And it's sad. Kanye really is. He really messed up because he didn't want his relationship to end. He didn't want to not. I feel like he didn't want this to happen. You know, kind of thing. He didn't really care why he was in it and causing it or whatever was going on to why they had to get divorced. But yeah, he's really sad. He's really sad. And
then
heck, I would be too mad. That's just childish.
Missy agrees, and she said Kanye is mad because he don't want the boyfriend to reap the benefits of his hard work. So,
Okay.
T-Bone, tell me what you think about that.
I already told you the boy needs some help. He needs whoever's in his camp. They need to get him some therapy. It's a
Yeah.
cry for help. Like, and then the new boyfriend's going to keep playing on it. He knows he ain't in his right mind. So
sad.
somebody here needs to be the big. This stop. I mean, it's sad because, again, mental health is at its highest right now. So whenever somebody's going to say, you know what, and in my opinion, Kanye hasn't been right since his mother passed. It's been a downward spiral.
She
He's
did
not
say,
right.
yeah, she
And
said that
someone
earlier.
needs to get his help. Like even D.L. Hughley said the stuff that he's doing. Like we were talking about when you were talking about the elders. Come on, some of these elders need to get involved with Kanye. I mean, but again, if you can tell somebody all day long to get help, and he has to want the help for himself. But this is sad. It's really sad because now the kids, like you said, the kids are seeing it. I mean, the children got their own IG. They're gonna see all this later on. It's sad.
And it's about the kids, and they don't realize at the end of the day. Yeah, like
your foolishness is gonna hurt these kids. Stop being foolish. Go get you some help. I mean, honestly, if he's listening, if he ever gets to do for real, do it for your kids. If you can't do it for yourself, go get some help. Go talk to someone, get you some centering, some peace, do something. And I just think it's sad because the kids, because honestly, trauma goes on, and you don't even know how the kids are going to take it later on down the years. Like I said, it took me until I was 40 to get the healing that I need. So it's a serious thing, but y'all just keep doing your stuff. But I mean, I can only imagine if I had Facebook and IG when I was a kid.
Ooh.
We wasn't. I didn't. Yeah, we had that. We had flip phones and pagers and
and pages 6 and
Right.
yes.
401. You know, we had people.
Age group. Stop.
Right. So, you know,
Right.
I'm old
But
school.
no, for real,
It's
you're right.
sad. I mean, and they're beautiful kids. You know they're gonna be talented. You know they're gonna be talented. So
You're right. You're right on that though. But like you said earlier in the show when we first introduced you and about your book, that's mental health. That's dealing
it's
with
signs. Like why people don't see the signs? Like why are you just so naive to it?
all day.
Those are the red flags we're talking about. They're
when the
flags.
boy had suit on, he couldn't breathe. Man, can't wear it. Come on now. Mental health. Like, wear a mask. You ain't had to cover your whole body, brother. Anyway, it's just, he's just weird to me. But like, but I'm not that weird. Like, I'm not gonna. Okay, that's going backwards.
There's a difference between you know, being gifted and artistic with that gift. You
Really
know, but
talented.
and you know,
he's very talented, and I think because drama sells.
Yeah, she's right. Drama sells.
Absolutely, and that's what they look for. That's why they have these reality shows, but they don't have real reality. And tell you something on that one, they really don't. A lot of that.
Oh, I know that.
Give you a situation to do in order to do it. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I tried to get in that lifestyle when I was modeling and stuff and trying to get in the entertainment world, when you go on the auditions, they actually tell you what role to play. So we got the girl next door, we got, you know, the loose girl, we got the girl that's gonna be out here, you know, churchy, all that. They tell you what role to play. So it's all scripted, it's not real. And it's like, you know, I didn't want to
real reality. I want to see some raw reality.
Right. Something that's not just about drama. It's like some of the shows started off good, you know, like I want to see black businesses and people doing their things, but without the drama. Like you don't have to do all the drama, all the negative. Like, you know, we know the world's not perfect every once in a while, but can you spin it back to the positive, the reason why we're here? Like,
good.
If you're gonna do that, I mean, at the end of the day, I what's that for our young? That's what they think. You know, the more drama, the more sex, the more twerking, the more thought that is. Like, what is it to be a thought?
They say that. They so claim say sex sells, drama sells. Yeah, it does. Then use it. Use it to your advantage. So once you get them lured in, boom. Show the good works you can do with it. You feel what I'm saying? Don't always keep it negative. Make something positive out of your negativity. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Try to make
that's what it is. Cause I mean, if you think about it, these kids are gonna set themselves up for failure if you think that's the only way they're gonna make it. You know, and even then, if you want to do that, they gotta also show the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Pink Lash, you already know. People just think I can get up here and do this thing, but you putting the work in. I mean, I know you the hardest thing up here, putting in your work all the time. Like, you can't just be like internet sensation and don't do the work.
No, it takes work because I'm
They like the glam, but don't want to do the work.
this is how I know I'm really doing something. When that bank accounts is hitting hard, I ain't worried about, yeah, you want the fame or whatever so it can get you that content. But at the same time, a lot of time people do for money to take care of their families, to get what they never had so they can get, you know what I'm saying? So you can be the first family to bring, what they've been looking for. You feel what I'm saying? It's
But
about
then invest it right. That's why you see a lot of these child actors.
What I'm doing, and that's actually what I'm doing. That's why She by Pink Lash is in effect. This stuff I'm waiting on, but guess what? I kept going. I kept looking for it. I kept going for it, and guess what? She by Pink Lash is in effect, and it's coming. I just gotta find the building. Got to get all this stuff right, and when I do, that's gonna show more work. That's gonna show the work that I've been putting in. So I mean, hey, when it comes and when I see that bank account change, then yeah, I believe it. But I don't.
It's hard work. It is hard work. You just can't. I mean, I don't know how long. I think I've been trying to break the industry for a long time, but you have to find your niche.
Right.
There's a lot of time, and people gotta understand you're going to fail. Okay.
Right.
You think you're going to fail, but it's okay. Just get back up and try again. The only failing is you not trying. You think try.
Yeah, you think me and Ani just started this podcast? Ani, how long we been on? Just been in effect?
3 years.
Okay.
Good old. Right.
So
it's gonna have errors. It's gonna be hard. That's the thing. Then as soon as the first time the wind blows, I don't want to do this no more. It's too hard.
But no, we can't give up. I mean, you're a sucker to give up. Let me say that, and I'm gonna put that out there. You're a punk. You're a sucker. You're lazy if you're giving up. And that's just how I feel. Don't give up if you got that leeway. If you got your foot in the door, you got something, keep going. Because at the end of the day, you're going to make it. You're going to see your work. And that's what my friend Palmer, when I interviewed him on City Talk, he said, it's not hustle, it's not grind, it's work. And that's true. And I can see what he's saying. Because at the end of the day, when people don't want you to be successful, when people don't want you to grow or glow, or however you call it, they're going to try to stop you any way you can. But guess what? I'm not going to stop.
Right. Yep. Because you got to believe in yourself. And don't look for nobody else to do it for you. That's the thing. You think of people like, I'm in this entitlement era that we're in. You're not entitled to nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to start doing it for myself. Because ain't nobody else going to do it for me but me. Ain't nobody going to do it better than you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody do it better than you. So.
Right. There's always a person who can do a little better, but they can show you how to do even better. And that's one thing people fail to realize. It's one person that can do it better than you, but why can't they teach you how to do it just like them? Everything can be teachable if you allow yourself to be taught, not try to run stuff, but allow yourself to be taught. Like me, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be like, I can do it. I don't need no help. But no, there's ways that I can implement their idea to make it better. Just like you said.
And that's the thing. It's like it's people, once people get it, like and I know you can verify this. I was like, oh well, thank you for letting me be on your podcast. Like a lot of people I've reached out to, it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like better get yours before I get mine. Like that's what I'm saying. The mentality is I got it, so now you gotta get it. Well, can you tell me how? Teach me how? They don't want to share nothing. But my thing is if I go out here and get hit by a bus and because I was playing in traffic, I can't take it with me.
Right.
So why not give it back? Oh, let me show you how you can make this work. Because guess what? It's called reaping, you're giving back and you're going to get blessed out of it. Like, come on, you're not going to share the knowledge. Somebody actually showed you, or if they didn't, show somebody else. But that's that mentality. What's in it for me?
Exactly.
What's in it for you?
But some people are selfish. Just
I'm about to start crying, y'all.
Some people are so selfish. Like for real, some people are so selfish. They don't you to shine too. They want to have everything. That's why you got to humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourself. You got to appreciate it because at any time it can be taken away.
My brother's on here. I'm about to
like you said, Missy said, leader.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How old are you?
Who, me?
Me?
Yeah. Both of y'all.
I'm 29.
A grown woman her age.
Mm-mm.
We just talk about respect earlier. No, I was No, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you. I was born in 1981, honey. I am 40 years old.
I look great too. Right. Well, I'm a 92 baby. I'm 29. Look.
He's
And
up
I'm
there.
77, baby. So
Nah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you see how it's working? Like, we come together. Like, sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's a generational
Thank
gap. Like,
you.
you can't teach me that. No, I can't learn that from you. I mean, when literally I was humbled by her saying, "Oh," and we said this a long time, but I really did not know it was a podcast. I just thought it was just gonna be this Facebook live type thing. Like, no, she's like, "Girl, I got a whole podcast." You know, when you invite me to things, like, I'm just like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna be young. I'm still be fresh to death. Okay. So, but I appreciate it, like, because it keeps me grounded. Like, you know, that if I'm doing something right, I can pass it back to you guys, and then you guys are helping the elders. Am I an elder? Please don't tell me I'm an elder.
No.
No. Nah.
Sure, it's people older than us in the industry that's still coming and get that going thing. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're never too old to do anything as long as you're focused, you're good at it, and you're gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? You're focused on it, and you putting in the work. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It kills me when people say age, bump age. If you can still and do it, do it. Don't let nobody stop you because I ain't.
My knees don't operate that way no more.
Well, what's your knees for, bud?
My knees.
So we was in old Trent dancing and doing the whole thing, the percolating.
That thing, LC Livingstone College with us. They was it Salisbury, North Carolina. Yes, I think I even remember the address, 701 West Monroe. Am I right?
Is it 711? Yeah, 711 or 715. One of them. Is this some West Monroe Street? Yeah. Old Trent.
Missy, go ahead and DM either one of us, sis Andrea Love or myself, and we can go ahead and try to get you scheduled on. And we're gonna figure out what you want to be on it for. And we got you. Y'all see? I did my own.
You pass the love. It's going you're gonna reap the benefits. That's all. It's all about blessing.
But that's what I can eat. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no one, even though some people can be better at certain things, and like I said, we can get taught, but at the same time, we all can eat. And that's what
Right.
I realize. Stop being so selfish. You know,
right. It's enough food for everybody at the table.
But be respectful on other people's grind too. You feel me? If they're grinding to don't belittle them or make them feel like they're lesser than the next person. Grind.
When I went to your show, I love the community that you had with the other females. Like, you know, because you see it on TV. That's what I'm saying. I like it when you're touchable, you're tangible, right? But you see this beef with all the other, you know, yeah, that's not what it's really about. Let's bring the love back, because all y'all can do it. Like, I'm still waiting for I'm still waiting for like a UNITY type video where all the rappers, everybody's coming together and doing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to twerk
that type of thing. But it was beautiful to see, like, it wasn't beef. Like, I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna do better. It was all the support and the love. I was like, oh my goodness, I love this.
Wow.
The show was awesome.
Hey, you know what? One day, I don't know when, but one day it will happen. And I guarantee you're going to love it. It's going to be epic. Will we all come together, do that UNITY? One day, maybe I'll be in the back. I ain't got to be in the stage.
You ain't going to be nowhere in the back.
Just give me a microphone, my beatbox. You know what I'm saying? I'll be ready. But yes, I'm sorry. Okay, you know, I'm getting silly at this point. We're going to go on to our second topic of the night with Andrea Love.
Yes, we're going to throw it back. When we did this 3 years ago, and coincidentally, it was like our third year anniversary, if we would have said a couple days ago, actually, when we first did our first show 3 years ago.
Show some love for that. 3 years, baby. It's a long time. Somebody put it in the heart. Somebody in my heart. I don't get no heart.
Right. I'm glad you brought it back. My Sundays, like, it makes me have to sit down throughout my week and gather my mind and think about what I want to talk about, and makes me do my hair and such. Look, so I can come up on here correct. But so I'm gonna throw it back to our first topic because his case ended well, yeah, it's kind of closed. He's doing the time now. Jussie Smollett, when he committed his
The
hate
false
crime 3 years ago. Huh?
I said the false accusations. Yeah.
Right. So he's sentenced to 150 days in jail and 30 months of felony probation. What stood out to me for this though, well, clearly because he's actually guilty of setting this whole thing up.
Wow.
And then fake, and then also he in court he has stood up and was telling like the judge and telling like people that he's not suicidal because he's fearing for his life when he, you know, having to go to jail. The judge was saying some harsh things to him. So he's fearing that they're, you know, he said he wants us to know that if he dies while he's in jail, he's never been suicidal. It's not his intention to go behind the bars. Yeah, it's really interesting. Go behind the bars to kill himself. And I just saw today his brother had told the media that he's in a psych ward now in jail. So it's a mental situation. Well, they're trying to make him probably seem like he's mental more so. You know, it's common for the Black people to. Blacks are still being treated poorly. You know, it's amazing to me, you know, to read this when I was growing up, you know, in the early 2000s and 90s or whatever, and then to really just be experiencing it now in my late 20s, like to see that my people are still fighting so hard, you know, for just respect, you know, just to be treated like a human kind of thing or whatever. So, like I said, he's on video screaming like, "I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal." I'm just like, what is going on?
So again, that goes back to mental health, because who would think about even making up a hoax like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like
you were actually one of the representations for African Americans and their gays to do it right, and you didn't.
Right.
So now for you just to come up here and put on this show, is it a show or are you screaming for help? And I think that's why they put him in the psych ward in jail, because someone like, yo, we need to watch it. So we need to watch it, because no one's just going to sit up here and say I'm not suicidal or not make a broadcast like that. So again, you're just trying not to go to jail. That's what that was. But you should have thought about that before you did what you did.
But did you hear what I just said? I think he said that because he's scared and he don't want to be put in population because he didn't think he was going.
Right.
So
because
who put you there? Yourself. Why would you even go this far to do that? You needed more publicity. I don't understand. I'm not judging him, but I have questions, and those are real questions.
So why?
What was your purpose of doing that?
I think they said back in the day it might have been because he was getting ready to get off the show. They was pushing somebody else.
So
he was losing his time on the show. I think they were writing him off or something.
So he was losing publicity or whatever. So I guess he, you know, I guess it was his intention to make it seem like, I don't know why he did that, and it turned on him real quick too, because the guy's was going to get in trouble, you know, going to have to do time and such, and it's like, oh no, he set the whole thing up, you know, he told us to do this.
So he took the less charges, is what you're saying?
Who, Jussie?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he just was sentenced. It's not even long. It's only like 2.5 months in jail. I mean, I feel like it could have been worse, you know, kind of thing. But it's like 2.5 months in jail. He's only going to be on probation, a felony probation for like 30 months. He probably has a clean record. So that's going to kind of go away your probation, because it kind of helps you, you know, get watched after so you can.
And if you're on good behavior, you still can maybe get out a little early.
A little earlier. Even his grandma, his grandma was like, if he goes to jail, prison, I'm going to prison with him. Like, they raised him interestingly. Clearly, his background is just weird. You know, like he has an interesting background of raising.
His sister's famous. Like, she's a really good actress, but like, I know she's going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a really good person, especially from what I've seen and heard and everything. But it's like he gotta realize it wasn't just him affected. You feel me?
The boys is gonna be in trouble and take the time from him. Like, them boys is gonna be in big trouble for creating this, you know, this hate crime. And you may do this, you know, and he's very good.
They're gonna be looked at as these, you know.
I'm about to die.
Okay, but he's gonna make them look to be the bad guys too. You feel what I'm saying? This hate crime, they agreed to do it. So people naturally it's gonna be like, oh, so you was with it, even though what it represents. You gotta really look into it and what it hate crime to what community. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's his own community, and that's wrong. That's making them look bad. That's not right. So just like I ain't gonna lie, just like
the court on situations like that. You know, when people lie and they cry wolf, so when something really happens, you know, then the people won't believe the person that really was, you know, in danger or whatever. So
right, bad.
So it's good he did get proven wrong, you know, for that situation, because it'll help the people, you know, and make people not believe everybody's crying wolf when they are getting abused or being mishandled because they are gay, you know, openly or whatever. So for Jesse, like, he's having a, you know, I'm gonna keep my eye on him and see what he got going on, because he's gonna have a great experience in prison, like, you know, I'm saying like a vast experience more so, like, because I mean, he clearly doesn't want to go to jail, but he has no choice, and he's in a psych ward. It's a whole different experience, being in the psych ward, you know, in jail. Jail itself is already a mental breakdown.
I think that's why Taraji said to free Jesse, because she spoke up about it, because evidently she knows his capacity, his mindset. So again, maybe he doesn't.
So he really,
maybe he needs to be in a psych ward to get that help. Because everybody, that's the thing, everybody don't need to go to prison for their
right.
How could you not? Like he said, he was out 2-3 o'clock in the morning going to Subway. Am I correct? It was Subway, right?
It's like something like that, I think.
In the snow.
In the snow. That's why this is the quiet moment.
Yeah. Hey. He'll be okay. So his experience break him down. Like, jail itself is breaking down. Like, if anybody's ever been in jail and experienced behind them walls, honey, that's a different kind of it plays with you from, you know, get in there.
I've been in jail before, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I did some stuff that I knew better, and I did it, and I can't body but myself. So that's how I speak on it, because I've been there, done that, ain't gonna do it again.
Right.
But been there, done it. So for a person who has been, it's not a pretty place for anybody.
Me as well, yes. It's not a place for you. It's not a place for humans, I feel like, anyway. I mean, not saying that people, you know, they have to pay for whatever they do, but it's inhumane to be locked up like that. And
like animals, and it's not right. Like,
inhumane.
Yeah, they did a crime. Yeah, they did something wrong. But at the same time, okay, they can change. People can change. People can change. All right, Missy? People can change. I just want to say that. But
it's supposed to break you, though, because you want to go back. You know, that's the whole point. It's supposed to do something to keep on doing the same thing.
That's
but it ain't nothing fun to do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not fun at all, you know, and especially when people already have mental situations going on with themselves and they can't really be to themselves. It's gonna mess you up, you know. He's gonna come out of there. He's gonna come out there really different. Really.
I think that's because you know Taraji does the whole mental thing on her Facebook page, which does second for mental health. So if you seeing the signs and the trauma, she's probably scared for him that he's gonna.
Yeah.
Once
I was like, oh my God, he's gonna have.
Roger, hold on.
Okay.
He's gonna have a drastic experience going behind them bars. I mean, he's already fearful of it too. So, you know, just going in there already fearing, and your mind is already like playing against you to have to even go through that experience. He's gonna definitely have.
Because I think it was a rude awakening. He didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm this person. That's what I'm saying. You can't act like you're so up here that no one can reach you. I don't ever want to get to the status where I'm unapproachable. I don't want to be like, oh, you know, you can't talk to me, you can't touch me, you can't reach me.
Right.
When you get to that status, something's wrong. I mean, there's times I reach out to other people and it's like, oh, don't tag me. When I'm trying to give homage to people and honor how they did it. I was like, okay, well then all you had to do was not read it and delete it. No, for real. I was just trying to say, you know, I watched you and I think, okay.
Right. That's doing too much.
Right.
Yeah, I want to never get to a place where I'm just like untouchable. I do a lot of community work. I do a lot of I have a nonprofit that's for the people, and I don't never want to get to a point to where you can't reach me. You know, you can't come to me and I'm just too great that I'm sitting behind this big old brick wall and I got people out there who's doing things for you. It's like, no, because I mean,
exactly.
for like you know, I'm my heart is in it, so I don't never want to get to a point to where I lose my heart for the people or whatever. You know, the people can't get to me. You got to be humble. You got to stay.
Put on that pink lash. What's your friend name? Call T-Bone. But but no, it's Tamara.
I'm Tamara.
It's Tamara Martin. So go ahead and go check out her book on Amazon. Again, for everyone who's tuning in, I'm sorry, I gotta say this. This is Tamara Martin, and she is a best-selling female author on Amazon. And she also has her own billboard in Salisbury, right? Salisbury, North Carolina. Yes,
Nice.
that's a big accomplishment. So I just had to say that for everyone who's just tuned in. I'm sorry, but our discussions are raw. So if you hear us tweaking or saying some stuff that you don't like, don't join our live. I'm just being honest. We keep it raw and we keep it raw. Okay. Now back to what we was talking about. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm like,
We can go to your our next topic.
oh, actually, it's not. Actually, it's not for the women. Well, if you like football, it is. But actually, I had to do a part for my men. You know what I'm saying? Because this is juicy. Hold on, I had to put the charge on my phone, so you know the thing is weird right now. Let me put this. Can y'all see me good? Okay. So, Tom Brady is back. Okay, y'all. The 44-year-old announced that he will return for a 23rd season less than 2 months after retiring, which is funny. The past 2 months, he said, this is from him. He said, the past 2 months, I realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. Brady tweeted, I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business, LFG. Kudos to you, Mr. Tom Brady. But you know I got something to say, right?
What you gotta say?
Why would you leave and then come back 2 months later? What, you wanted to break? Bruh, come on now. What is that about? Like, a lot of the times people do stuff just to get some, publicity because I guess they feeling they're not relevant. I'm not being funny or putting you down. But I'm saying, why? Why would you do that? Like, why would you go off and say you retire and then boom, you come back? What was your...
He missed it.
Yeah, he probably thought he wanted to retire.
Yeah,
yeah.
He didn't want to retire.
But I guess it's good for his team.
He's the GOAT. Like, Brady, he can't retire. Look, he can't retire. That's what everybody, like.
Why? I think because of his record. And, I mean, he's really gifted. Don't get me wrong, okay? Because he's won 7 Super Bowls and 3 MVPs. He's a 3-time All-Pro and a 15-time Pro Bowler. So, that's a big accomplishment in your years in the industry of NFL. You feel me? That's entertainment. So I understand that that's what you're used to. That's all you know. That's all you've done. But I still wonder, like, what was the reason just for that temporary break? You just realized that when you sitting there bored and ain't had nothing else to do, you wasn't working out.
You want to be at home no more.
Right. I'm just saying, like, putting it all in words, like, boom.
I mean, what he gonna do? He don't play. Like, what would he do? Like, I guess what be a.
You can do anything.
You can get Tom Brady. I mean, always have a backup plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could, get his own business, Matt Ryan. The retire. Hey. Why would you say that, Missy? I got to add her on right now. She just go ahead and request it, honey. Go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to see what you look like too. So go ahead. Go ahead, send that request to be on, honey. Because she is on it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We got 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes. So if you want to go ahead and request on, go.
My phone act like it's gonna die. Hold on.
I know our phone because I think we're going past the time. But we got 9 minutes. Fucking the Falcons with Don't tell me she is funny. Hold on. I'm about to get her on. Okay. Let's see. This is funny because I'm telling you, she is on it. What is up, Missy?
Hold on, I gotta turn it off.
How are
Girl,
you? I can't see you.
I
she
gotta turn
forget
the
her lighter.
light.
Okay.
Um,
Hey, hon. Don't worry, you good. You know you getting cute. Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
I'm a talker, so
You better be
I
like you
didn't
ain't
know.
come with a bonnet on mine. Yeah.
I'm a talker, so I didn't know that
Uh-huh.
I
But
could talk all
okay, I
day.
want you to tell me what you talking about. You making it. Let me know what you talking about, baby.
Whatever y'all want to talk about,
All right. So
I'm
you
with it.
got two comments. You say Matt Ryan needs to retire ASAP. Stop
Yes,
it
he
with
need to
that.
go. He sucked.
Why? Why
They're
he stuck?
the the team is good if because the quarterback is the leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know he got
Exactly.
to read all the plays.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't trust in your team, then how would you win? I don't care if he married the wife. He's married into the team,
Mm-hmm.
but he got to go. He not doing his job. He got to go.
Okay.
He got to go.
So you really don't like that team too, huh?
I'm really my hometown is Tampa Bay, but I'm just saying he got to go.
The
He's gone.
Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good one. But like, hey, don't judge me. I'm a DC fan to life. I don't care where I'm at. Even though they're the
Yeah, but
Washington
if your
Commanders,
team quarterback
even
suck,
though they're Washington Commanders, man, I
that
used
was a lame.
yes, they're really
That's a lame
consistent.
name. That's a
Huh?
lame name. They should have came with a better
Right.
name.
Why would you change Redskins, which is known like forever, to the freaking Washington Commanders? Who are you commanding, Negro? You're not.
Because of,
Because
it was an
because they don't
insult.
the white people don't never admit to what they do, so they try
Oh,
to
We're gonna
they,
actually don't say it like that. I'm sorry, but
man
the
man
no
I want to say something F them.
the other
they
people.
had to
Okay,
change the
that's
name.
better. There are
They
some
had,
people who don't like. Okay, there we go.
yeah, they
Okay,
had to change
other
the name.
people
There you go.
can't hold themselves accountable,
Mm-hmm.
so they try to do stuff to you know to please other people, but we
And
already know the
that's
truth.
true to an extent. That's true. I see what you're talking about, and it's sad. It's sad how people are, but at the end of the day, you got to be smarter. You got to be wiser. You got to understand how to get them back, or make it known, let you know that you're gonna work hard to show them that you more valuable than what they assume you to be. You feel me?
Yeah,
You
because
can't
I'm
always
chosen.
see
I already know I'm
projects,
chosen.
honey. So you can't always be that ghetto chick and be like, I'm gonna go off like that. You gotta think smart too. You feel what I'm saying? You can't always have that mindset because what somebody did to you, they didn't do it to you, they did it to your ancestors. But at the same
I
time,
know.
that's
No, 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 no. They still
yeah, in a
it's
certain extent,
perpetuated.
in a what our new century way. But now that we're working together, they can't never make us go back to the way we used to be.
True,
You
true,
feel me?
true. We
So
just gotta
that's why you
continue
gotta think wise.
work
You
together.
gotta be smart. You gotta come at them with a harder game than they come for us. You feel me? So you can
True.
never, and I say and I repeat, never show them that they better than you. You gotta
Oh,
learn how
they
to
would never.
that attitude. You gotta learn how to when you get mad at them or whatever, don't go irate. Don't go crazy, go smart. You feel me? And that's a lot of things people fail to realize. Play the game, but play it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all be hitting the topics.
Yeah. We do, and
Y'all
I
hit the topics
appreciate you
tonight.
for commenting and
Thank,
coming on.
I'm gonna be here every Sunday.
Oh,
thank you.
but don't forget, we
Appreciate
appreciate the love. We really do. We love you, girl. We do. And whatever you going through, just realize it's not the end of you. You're gonna always come.
I
Win.
know.
You feel what I'm saying?
We're stronger together. I know.
There you go. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, sweetheart.
All right, but yeah.
Yeah. But
Um,
don't forget to tune in. We might add you back on because you're crazy. So
Yeah, just
no,
right.
I'm not
During the day,
crazy.
we can talk with us.
God give me wisdom, so
yeah.
I ain't crazy.
But no,
I just
but
see
that's
through.
some
I
real
see through
talk.
the BS. I just see through the BS,
Yeah. And we
and
all do,
sometimes
but
we
there's a
can't.
way you do it. There's a way you do it,
I
baby.
know sometimes we just can't be quiet because quiet silence will allow them to continue to do what they do.
To an
So
extent.
we
It's
gotta
quiet sometimes. You
we
never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. So
I know, but I'm just
sometimes
saying,
being quiet is
sometimes you do
good.
got to stand up for
Yeah,
yourself.
you can, but there's a way you do it. Remember, there's always a way to do things. You feel
Mhm.
me? There's always a way to do things. You remember that, okay? Mm-hmm. You like a little sister don't want to listen to a big sister. You gonna listen to
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I agree.
No, I'm just
I
picking.
agree.
I love to see a smile. So hey, it's all good.
Yeah. If I look tired, I am. I
I
work
feel bad. We
a long
about
shift.
to lay it down right after this show. So definitely.
Right.
But we all right. We're gonna talk to you soon, sweet pea.
All right.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll be on the podcast soon.
Hey, let's do it.
All right.
All
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 right.
right.
right, Ani. Thank you.
No problem. Talk to you later.
Right. Okay.
T-Bone got off.
Huh?
The T-Bone got off too.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Somewhere.
that time. It's about that time. So I want to thank you guys for joining in to Dime a Dozen with Pink Lash In.
Andrea Love.
And don't forget to tune in every Sunday. I'm trying to learn how to do this stuff, so just bear
Missy
with me.
X off.
I
Do
see
it
it.
live.
I see it.
Okay.
Yes, don't forget to tune in every Sunday to Dime a Dozen where we have some hot topic, juicy topics, matter of fact, but we also have some real life stuff that we talk about. It's very important that you guys tune in because we don't just talk about stuff we think we know about. We research this stuff and we find out the truth, okay? So at the end of, okay, that's fine, T-Bone. But,
All right.
yeah,
It's a pleasure having you on. Great conversation, great topics, great feedback.
yes.
Loved it.
Yeah, so keep it coming. And also don't forget to, if you need any mechanical needs or anything messing up with your car, go ahead and reach out to in Charlotte, North Carolina, In and Out Mechanics on Prue Street. It's near Wilkerson. So if you live in Charlotte area or whatever, that's where you go to. All right. And don't forget to tune in on Wednesdays and Thursdays to City Talk with your girl Pink Lash, where we interview celebrities and artists and entertainment to let you know some real talk about how you can get into the industry. If you don't know how to, don't understand what it is, how to do it, who to contact, we got you. So don't forget to tune in, okay? Anna, you want to say anything before? Oh, wait. I can't. This is one of the most important things ever. We're going to let Miss Ani House Lady do it. I love
Right.
it. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so we'll be Ani's house will actually be getting interviewed with Pink Lash on Wednesday coming up. What day is that? You said the 17th, 16th, March 16th?
Yes.
I can
It's
definitely
only him on
right.
Instagram.
Yeah, here on Instagram, tune in. We're gonna actually start putting our replays even for this right here. If you missed the whole live, I'm trying to get you guys to go over to our YouTube page, so you get the replay off of that. And I don't have nothing to shout out this Sunday. I guess just us. Follow Pink Lash. Tune in on Wednesday and Thursday.
And
Follow
that's
follow Ani's. I'm actually gonna be having a Easter in the park too with Ani's house, so you guys can definitely tap out a flyer.
and on that. Yes, don't forget, always support too. She also have a link, which I'm gonna have her do it on next Sunday. She has a link where you can donate to Ani's house. That's what she did not say, and that's very, very important because she's not just doing this for herself. This is a big deal. Ani's house is a very, very big deal, and everyone needs to be aware of this. And she's doing a great thing for the community, her and her partner. But I need you guys next week to go ahead and start those donations for Ani House because it really helps the community. I promise you. Okay. With that being said, don't forget to follow at @pinklash_CV and Andrea Love. That's AUNDRIALOVE, and that's on Instagram. All right, you guys. Our time actually went too far over, but it's okay because it's out theirs. You guys have a blessed night and be safe out there. Bye, love.